Hello and welcome back. I'm Nicole, Cottage Witch, and today I'm doing the TBR, I think, of things I'll read during Gothlit November, which is very exciting. I've tagged Rachel's video below introducing it, and also Bailey had a playlist from last year of all the videos, so you can check those out. They're very cool. And geeky and delightful. And so basically it's a challenge to read all sorts of Gothlit all through November, just for fun. There's not a lot in the way of like strict rules or anything. I'll put all the books I'm thinking of reading down below. There are a few others that are like possibilities that I probably won't talk about today, because that would be quite a long video. But the ones in front of me I'll talk about. Okay, so I've been peer pressured by Rachel to reread Dracula because I read it, oh, I don't even know how many years ago, and didn't love it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't, oh help me I may faint from one of the girls, and sorry, they're pigeons being a nuisance on my balcony again, and I'm easily distracted, apparently. Anyway, and then a couple of the guys being all in words chivalrous, I guess, sort of, but annoyingly so, and also useless. Drove me a bit round the bend, but I will attempt to read it again. I've got the audiobook out from the library. I may also read Hawthorne, maybe, possibly, I don't know, we'll see what I think about Dracula first, because I read The Scarlet Letter like 20 years ago, and also didn't love it, didn't hate it. It was, I think at the time, it was a bit too much about language and ideas for me to appreciate it, but I don't know, who knows. I may try. Ow, and now I've got a pinched nerve. That's delightful, don't mind me. Also, if the lighting is weird, it's because I meant to film this like 3 hours ago and got severely sidetracked, and now the lighting is going, and that's a grow light on one of my tropical plants, so it's all weird. But it's Gothlit November, so, you know, weird, moody lighting is sort of the thing. Okay, what next? I've got a couple Icelandic books that I might read. So Icelandic noir isn't, strictly speaking, Gothic, but it's one of these genres that couldn't have existed without the Gothic genre coming first, so I'm going with it. This is what's happening. Also, because I'm in the middle of this series by Björg Agisdottir, I'm on the third book right now. This is the fourth one. I will probably order the fifth one shortly. And it is so much fun. Just like being curled up in bed on a Saturday with a cup of hot chocolate. One of these? Excellent. My idea of a perfect afternoon. Also, I've got Indésirable, The Undesired. I think it's, no, I don't have the English version. I read it in English. I think it's called The Undesired or The Unwanted or something like that. Anyway, it was the first book I read of hers, and it's super atmospheric and so good, and I loved it. It was like a 5-star book for me. But it's been long enough now that I can't remember the details, so I got this in Iceland because they have both English and French sections. And also, if I keep rubbing my shoulder, it's because I got the COVID shot the other day and my arm hurts. So I got pinched nerves and a sore arm, and I had chills yesterday. It's just delightful. Anyway, what else? The Earth Strikes Back, an anthology of ecological horror, is a book that I had last year but hadn't read. I don't know if I'll like it, but I will. Non-strippable, what does that mean? It's a book of a bunch of short stories by a bunch of authors I have never heard of. So I will read it and see if I like it. It's also like, honestly, at this point, if the Earth strikes back, I'm not gonna blame it, you know? We're not treating it particularly well. So there's that. Powers of Horror, this has a stain on it. Ignore that, the fact that I have dirty books. This is Powers of Horror, an essay on Abjection. I am yay far into it from last year. This time, last year. So I may finish that this year. I may also read Hamlet, which is tangentially Gothic in that it influenced the Gothic writers. And also because I've got the Royal Shakespeare Company production, which I think is the David Tennant one. It's the 2010 BBC production. Anyway, I watched it before. It's really good. I enjoyed it. And also it keeps coming up a lot in Ulysses. It's referenced so much in that book that I kind of want to listen to, watch it, read it again, combination of whatever. What else on my list? I started this book. It's a chunker. This is the Brontës by Juliet Barker. I have Jane Eyre in French. I have Wuthering Heights in French too. I have the audiobook of that one, which is probably too hard for me, but we'll see. I was tempted to read Jane Eyre this year, but I think because I have this Indésirable, I start saying a French word and then I get stuck and then I have to start it again because I don't know how to pronounce things properly, especially when they have R's in them. That freaks me out a little bit. Anyway, because I'm reading that and because I'm slow in French, I probably won't read Jane Eyre this November, but it's a possibility. But I would like to make some good progress in the Brontës biography, which has just been sitting here for a good couple of months collecting dust while I read other things. I have Feral and Hysterical, Mother Horror's Ultimate Reading Guide to Dark and Disturbing Fiction by Women, which the title is excellent, and also the cover is excellent. Look at that cover. It's so beautiful. And yeah, Feral and Hysterical. That's me some days. Okay. Just, you know, not in public because people would freak out. But in my apartment, inside my head, some days. Anyway, it's got all sorts of Gothic tidbits. It's got recommended reading of all sorts of books. So I may get other ideas for this year from this, or next year from this, who knows. History and horror, so they're like little short essays. And then other odds and ends, and it's, yeah, it just looks like a bit of fun. I do finally want to read this. This is a lecture by Cherie Dimaline called An Anthology of Monsters, How Story Saves Us from Our Anxiety. And honestly, I could be saved from my anxiety these days. That would be excellent. And then I have a couple of books about Gothic literature, like nonfiction ones. This is Suicide in the Gothic. There's this Manchester University Press has this International Gothic series, and this is one of them, and I really like the painting on the front. I don't know if you can tell, the light here is being all there. Anyway, it's a cool painting. Couldn't figure out how cameras worked for a second there, because I am intelligent. Some days you wouldn't know it. This, it's been on my shelf for a year. I got it this time last year. Sorry, pigeons again. I have to be in the right frame of mind to read it though, because, you know, subject matter. And then I have The Gothic Body. I actually have two books called The Gothic Body. This one is Sexuality, Materialism, and Degeneration at the fin de Siècle. Oops, it's a bit shiny color going on there. Anyway, I think the other one is Pain in the Body, which could also be interesting. But this is the one I pulled off the shelf to read for now. The author explores a key scenario that haunts the genre, the loss of unified and stable human identity, and the emergence of a chaotic and transformative abhuman identity in its place. So yeah, should be fun, because as we've established, I'm a geek. So those are the books I want to read, and the one movie I want to watch, at least, although I'm terrible at movie watching. But I have watched this one before, so I may watch it again. And then I've pulled out a few decks. One is the Gothic Literature Tarot, because obviously. Sorry about the weird lighting situation. It's making my camera a little confused about life. Whoa, that was exciting. Anyway, I enjoy this deck, but I really only pull it out at this time of year. Whoops. Also, at this time last year, I got, I'm not coordinated enough for tuck boxes, which is to say, I'm just not very coordinated. But I got the Gothic Tarot. This one is very dramatic. It's very like, in the Radcliffe to Rice continuum somewhere. it's, yeah, sorry about the glare. It's just that sort of a day, I guess. Oh well. Anyway, it's, yeah, melodramatic. So also I only tend to pull it out at this time of year and just use it for a bit of fun because it's a tiny bit ridiculous, but in a fun way, like fun ridiculous. And then I've got the Lacrimosa Tarot. Oh, come on now. Oh, this is not, see, I can't. Tuck boxes. Just ridiculous. Okay. It's a little bit religious, but in a dark, sort of weird way, which I'm okay with. Like, it's a lot of art, European art that's religious imagery, but it's all shadowy and gloomy, and sometimes people's heads have come off, and you know, that sort of thing. I think she's working on a deck with snakes in it at the moment, which I will also get because I have an interesting history with extreme Christianity, so I think I will be unable to resist that one. But yeah, this is, she had another religious deck, the Sistine Tarot, which I didn't get because it was too light, but this dark one, yeah, I like it. And then the last deck, I just honestly have no hand-eye coordination. It doesn't exist. The Heartwood Tarot for a bit of cute and whimsy, because the Heartwood cottage I feel is a little bit gothic, and I haven't, oh, that silly light. I'd turn the light off, but it's on a timer, and then I have to reset the timer, but I'd have to reset the timer starting several hours ago, which I can't do. So it's a predicament. Anyway, I really like the Heartwood cottage. It's a bit, it's you know, a rundown sort of house that could be Gothic if Gothic is, you know, cottage in the woods instead of old manor house. So I like it. There are a few other books I think that I'm toying with the idea of reading. I saw one today on, actually, what's her name? Sadie Hartman, Mother Horror. Her Instagram. She put, or no, on her Goodreads. I can't remember. Anyway, I'll link the title down below because my library doesn't have it, but I've requested it, so we'll see. Anyway, I do like new Gothic novels by women being a bit subversive, you know, because sort of half the fun of Gothic literature is being a little bit what you're not supposed to, or a lot what you're not supposed to. Anyway, I think that's all for today. Yep, that's it. My brain's shut down now for the evening, so I will be strong-armed by my family into watching baseball again today because the Toronto team, which is the only Canadian team, is in the apparently World Series of 2 countries. So I will do that and spend half the time on Wikipedia trying to figure out what is going on because I have no idea. Anyway, that should be fun. And if you'd like to participate in Gothlit November, check out Rachel and Bailey's videos and let me know if you want to join it. It's really fun and very like low pressure, so you know, it's not supposed to stress people out. Yeah, that's it. That was a rambly exit, but anyway, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.